too.
Pull it up to look taller.
It's gonna sit.
It looks short.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Long time no see. Welcome to the 11 o'clock press conference for the LIV Golf Invitational Boston. We are joined by three more new LIV Golf signees. We have Cameron Tringali, who's playing on Team High Flyers, captained by Phil Mickelson. We have Joaquin Niemann, who is the captain of Team Torque. And we have Anirban Lahiri, who is playing on Team Crushers, captained by Bryce and DeChambeau. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to start it off. Cameron, can you tell us a little bit about your decision to come to LIV and what really intrigued you about coming here?
Yeah, well, first off, thank you. The team aspect really is something that caught my attention right away when I first heard about LIV. That just sounds exciting and something that I want to be a part of. I think all of us who played college golf have sort of some nostalgia for those days, and being on a team, being in a small group, sort of fighting for the same thing. And so the last, my whole career I've played as an individual, and really looking back and cherishing those moments from college. And being a part of something together was really intriguing, and I'm excited to be on the High Flyers this week. We've got a great team and championed by one of the best players of my generation, and I'm excited to get to be alongside him and learn from him and continue just to contribute to the team.
Awesome. We're so happy to have you. Next question is for both Anirban and Joaquin. So you guys are both the #1 golfers in your respective countries. LIV Golf was really giving an opportunity to, spread golf to every corner of the planet, right? Can you guys talk a little bit about what this means to growing the game of golf in your home countries and, you guys being a representative for your countries?
Yeah, I think obviously being from Chile, where golf is not a big sport, being able to help back in Chile, help grow the more important thing for me is to engage all the kids and the younger people to golf. That way we're gonna have superstars in Chile. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. We're gonna have a lot of time to go back to Chile, spend a lot of weeks where I do tournaments in Chile where I support the kids. So I'm really excited for that, and yeah, I'm looking forward.
Awesome. Anirban?
Yeah, it's a fantastic thing for golf in India. I think everybody in India is excited. So far, the golfing community, the media, everyone's thrilled, to be honest. For me also to kind of go back, play in the region, play in Asia. I started there. That's where my roots are. That's where I come from. It's exciting for me to go back and also, go back to the Asian Tour and play a few events there. That was my home tour for the longest time. And we have like 15, 20, maybe more professionals playing on that tour who could, potentially be the next, superstars of golf from India. There's so much good that's going to come out of this. It's definitely going to boost the growth in that region, one way or the other. Also, me getting to spend more time at home. Kind of similar to what Joaquin said, it's fantastic. And the coverage too. People are going to watch me hitting a lot more golf shots than they have in the past. It's a fact. And that's what people want to see. That's what they're excited about.
That's awesome. Well, welcome, guys. I'll open it up to the room and start with Mike Mcallister.
Joaquin, you're going to be, I think, the youngest captain we've had out here. Just curious what you go into in terms of your responsibilities as being captain, and then just the whole team concept of LIV and how that was maybe an attraction for you to join.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be a captain and be part of a great team. I remember those days in junior golf where, as a country, we play a lot of team events, and is the best memories I have from golf. Playing with friends and a lot of competitive golf around the world was something that I enjoyed a lot, and being able to to start that again in a way more competitive golf, I think is gonna be amazing, and be part of a team where I can, yeah, I mean, just be closer to 3 other guys and try to support them as much as I can and grow together.
Do you have some motivation speeches planned?
Not yet. I gotta start reading some books of leadership, yeah.
I had one for Cameron. You got 3 Cali guys on your team. Do you feel like that might be help build some camaraderie there?
Yeah, I think without question, California kids grew up with a certain tenacity, and just there's a lot of common ground with Matt, Phil, and myself, and also Byrne too. I mean, he's not from California, but we've all played together for at least for a number of years, and so those are all guys who I've always gotten along well with, and I'm looking forward to getting to continue knowing them better.
Joaquin, just got a question for you. You're one of the youngest stars on the PGA Tour. Were there any concerns, during the signing process and the negotiations? Did you hold any concerns, and if so, what were they?
Yeah, obviously there was. I thought about it a lot of days, and yeah, I'm really happy with my decision. I'm really excited to be part of a new tour and of the LIV tour, and yeah, be able to grow the game with a nice community, and I think I'm really excited with the team format.
Were the majors a concern for you? Access to the majors going forward?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of top players here, one of the top 48 players in the world, and I think we earn our place to the majors, and if they want to see real competition, they got to have the top players. I mean, that's why the majors are there.
And just one more for Anirban. Do you think that your signing is enormous for LIV Golf in terms of the region that you bring with you?
I mean, I guess time will tell, but so far from the pulse, so far from what the feedback I've received, people are excited. I'm excited, and also, the first thing everyone said back home is, people associate in that region more with team sports than individual sports. So, me being on Bryson's team, again, he's a global figure in golf. He's obviously done some pretty tremendous stuff with his distance and all of that, and people are going to say, oh wow, he's on XYZ's team, or he's on Phil's team, or he's on Joaquin's team, and what that also does is, by extension, it builds a greater fan base, and I think that's already going to start catching up with that region specifically. And just playing golf in the region too. I mean, I never grew up watching so many major winners play, in my neighborhood, which is going to happen. That's something that, people here don't understand, because they see it every week. They can drive a few hours and see it down the road from the town they live in. I couldn't. And that's going to be a possibility going in the future. And that's where you inspire the next generation. So yeah, it's definitely going to be impactful.
I'll go first there. First of all, love coming to New England. This is a crazed sporting town, and I think even as recently as June for the Open at the Country Club, you could see how many people love golf, and with the absence of the Deutsche Bank and that event not leaving this area, I think golf fans are really excited to see golf. And so my takeaway is, the people here have always been incredibly supportive, and they love sports, and that's a great combination for what we're trying to do here, what LIV is all about, creating new energy and bringing people who love sports to golf. And so I can't wait to see the turnout. I'm excited to get started on Friday and really share with this region and beyond, but tangibly, people will come and see what LIV is doing and how they're growing the game and how they're trying to, reach the communities in which we play. So I think that'll be a good testimony.
Yeah, I've played a few times. Obviously, the Travelers has been a venue I've loved to go back to. I've played TPC Boston a few times in the playoffs. It's like Cam said, it's some phenomenal golf courses, and the International is definitely right up there. I mean, the turf conditions are immaculate. It's a nice layout. I think it's going to make for some entertainment this week. You'll probably see a lot of birdies. There's a few hard holes. There's some very, very pretty holes, very gorgeous holes, like on TV. I think it's going to look stunning as well. So I think visually and in terms of the experience of maybe the broadcast, it's going to be extremely enjoyable. I know playing it is going to be very much a lot of fun, yeah.
Joaquin, have you played in New England?
Yeah, sorry. Yes, I always love coming here, especially how beautiful the golf courses look out here in North and how green they look. The bent grass is one of my favorite surface to play on, and yeah, like Van said, Travelers has been one of my favorite stops on the PA Tour, and it's kind of like similar grass, which I love, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't checked out the golf course yet, but I heard it's pretty up and down, pretty hilly.
Hey, Griff.
Griff Pippen with Country Club Adjacent. This question's for Joaquin. So pretty much all the big Latin stars have signed LIV now. Do you feel like Mito Pereira is like the one kid that didn't get picked for the soccer team?
He always will be the goalkeeper.
Nice.
Joy.
Just a couple of questions. I'll start with Ban. Man, we were walking the golf course yesterday when you made a comment which really stuck with me. You said that it's been 17 years almost to the date that you have turned professional. 15 years to the date, and a few years before that as amateur, that you have been just working your ass off, just chasing your dreams. And you said that this is a time when I can do something for my family. Can you just elaborate on that?
I think all of us in this room, I think Joaquin's got a few more years of the grind than us. But, the grind never stops. We're all professional athletes, and golf has evolved as a sport from when I turned pro in 2007. So I think it's always a grind. You're always working to get better. You're working to get faster, stronger, trying to stay up with the young guys. I'm 35 now. Like I said, I turned pro at 20. So yeah, you chase your dream, and my dream's always been to play the best golf I can play at the highest level I can play, major championships, obviously. So, those dreams don't really go away. You still chase them, but you reach a point where you're like, okay, I've done this for 15 years. I've chased this dream, and everybody else on my team has had to follow and support and put up with everything that is centered around me. But I also reach a point of time in my life. Now I've had my second kid, and it's all about, man, I've got to do some stuff. I want to be home more. I want to contribute, and I want to give them the best environment I can, give them, the things I would like to give them. And it's not just, things. It's the environment. It's the, being able to see their grandparents, for instance. I've been here for 7 years. It's been extremely difficult. So, those are the things that are also, like, dawning on me that, look, life is equally important to my career and my golf. And LIV affords me the opportunity to do both in a more balanced manner. I mean, I've said that before. And I'm just kind of moving my direction, but it doesn't affect my ambition, doesn't affect my dedication and my, what I want to achieve. I'm still going to do that, but I can balance it much, much better now.
And for us back in the region, Saudi Arabia is actually a great partner commercially and, many which ways you look at it for India. I mean, PIF is one of the biggest investors in Reliance, which is the biggest company in our country. How amazing would you think, and are you trying to catch a moment when you want to talk to Greg and tell him that let's take a LIV golf event over there? And what would it do to golf in India?
I mean, I think down the road, it's definitely something I would love to talk to him about because, part of growing the game would be to take the LIV golfers, to take LIV golf to different countries, to different markets. Because like I said, you take it to India, I think we're playing in Thailand in a few weeks. Next year, I think we're going to play in a different market again. I think that has to be a part of the long-term objective. And, the effect is definitely going to be felt. I mean, I already have received so many phone calls, messages that, hey, I want to come to Bangkok. People are going to fly up from India just to watch all of us play. And it's not just India. They're going to fly up from everywhere in that region. Because when was the last time so many major champions, so many of the top players in the world showed up in that part of the world to play golf? Never. The last time we had a tournament of that magnitude was probably the Singapore Open way back. I know we had the CIMB in Kuala Lumpur. That was another flagship event. But we haven't had that in, 4 years, I think, 5 years. So, yeah, that region is starved of top quality golf, and this is going to give that back to the region, I think. So, yeah, it's exciting.
And one question to Cameron. Cameron, I know you have made so many friends in Asia. I mean, I get messages saying, please say hi to Cameron and things like that. Are you excited that you will probably be able to play a bit more golf in Asia as such? I know you love their food, you love the people out there.
Yeah, for sure. Going to different places in the world and experiencing the culture is a huge bonus for me as a professional golfer. I really look forward to immersing myself wherever I am playing. And so I'm flattered to hear about all the fans. I didn't realize that. But I just love to see new places. The world is an incredible place. And as an American growing up in a largely, in the bubble of our country, to go outside and see how big the world is really special and something that I look forward to doing more with LIV as we continue to grow in Asia and beyond.
Jake.
What's up, guys? Jake from Country Club Adjacent. This one's for Cameron. Cameron, you're a pretty good-looking guy. Why do you feel like people don't talk about this enough?
Say
Well,
thank you at least.
Thank you, but I'm married. So I think I try and, the ring is definitely a sign of me being happy, and I'm happy to, keep my good looks for my wife.
Thank you.
Alex.
Sorry, I have to follow that. I'm not sure how, but on your Twitter feed, you say that you're living your dream playing on the PGA Tour. When did that become no longer a dream?
It's not a matter, Alex, of it being a dream. My goal in playing golf is to be as good as I can and to pursue excellence. As a kid, growing up, the PGA Tour was the only place to play. And as my life has evolved, similar to Anirban, the priorities in my life are shifting to where golf is, and my career is a big part of my life, but it is certainly not the preeminent focus of my life. And so I can look back and say, yeah, I lived my dream of playing the tour, and now my dream is to be a better dad, a better father, a better golfer. It's all encompassed in one. I don't put them in buckets like that.
Okay, over there.
Hey there, Doug Greenberg, Front Office Sports. This is for Joaquin. Joaquin, you're obviously now one of the youngest. You're one of the youngest, hot names in golf. A lot of people talk about how the PGA Tour is sometimes a good launching pad for young talent. Sometimes it's not. But you were making a pretty good name for yourself on the tour. So just with your age and all the potential you have in front of you, what made you decide to make the jump just based off of that?
Yeah, like I said, the team aspect was the main thing that motivated me. Obviously, financially was nice too, but bringing the team format out and being able to represent the team, being a captain, I think it's a new chapter of my life, and I'm really excited about that. do it the best I can, as I always try to do when I'm on the golf course and off the golf course. I just try always be the best I can on everything.
Cool, thank you. And then I also just have a question for, you know, all three of you or any who wants to answer. You know, another big part about LIV is this idea of it being louder, of it being, let's call it a little bit more lit, right? You know, do you see that at all being a distraction while you guys are on the course or even like around the course?
I think it's gonna be even more fun. We gotta, obviously the main goal is to grow the game, and I think LIV Tours is really focused on that and bringing all the attention to younger generations, and that's the only thing we need to grow this game, and I think it's a perfect idea.
Yeah,
Agree?
I would say without having experienced it, just having watched it in the past, it seems like the experience for the fans is improved, and that's a big part of what we do. We're entertainers, we're playing a sport, but we're really here because people love golf, and we're hoping that people who don't love golf also are drawn in to see what we're doing here. As far as the distraction, you know, we're all have been professional athletes. We're used to things happening. Hospitality tents are never quiet. So as a player in a golf aspect, I don't see it being a factor. I just see it bringing extra people so we can showcase, you know, our beautiful game.
Great. Evan?
The three of you to answer, how different do you think professional golf will be for you three now that you're not only playing for yourself, you're playing for a team?
It changes a lot, but it doesn't really change essentially what you're doing. You're still playing your golf ball. You're still trying to, you know, take as few shots as possible. You still use the same cliches, one shot at a time and things like that. But the dynamic does change a little bit. You know, hypothetically, say you're 50th or 55th at a regular event. You go into a Sunday knowing that, you know, I shoot 67, I move to 30th. Well, you could go into this Sunday not having a great week, but knowing fully well that 3 scores count, and if I shoot 65, I could potentially get the team to the podium or contribute to that. So that's one major shift. The other thing is, even when you're on the golf course and you're playing, you know, every now and then you'll glance up and see how you're doing, and then you look at the team, you know, scoreboard and say, oh, okay, 3 of us are playing average or poor. I need to pull my socks up. Not like you're not trying to do your best anyways, you are. But you suddenly become a little more conscious that, you know, I don't want to go back to the team room or to my friends and say, I let you down. We're all playing for ourselves. It's an individual sport, but that dynamic is there. It was never there before, but it's going to come in now. And it's unfair, but a similar comparison would be, you know, in the bigger team format events, you see, oh, my team's down 3 points. This afternoon session needs to be good. So you go out there with a little more motivation. So I'm not saying it's the same, but the dynamic is similar. So I think that's definitely, you know, a new aspect to when we go out there to play. Ultimately, we're still playing our own golf ball, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be exactly the same since, I mean, on the golf course, I always wanted to be the best. I always want to try to get better, and then off the golf course, it's going to be the best. I mean, you get to practice with your team. You get to have a better time outside the ropes. You get to do on the locker room all together, go for lunch, dinner, and all those stuff adds a lot to how good you feel, and that also going to help play better golf.
Yeah, like these guys said, I would just only add that, you know, there's maybe that burden of responsibility for how you play. In the past, if I play poorly, I play poorly, and I can live with letting myself down. And now I've got 3 other guys who are depending on me to play well. And again, nothing will change, but there is that not wanting to let your teammates down. That it will be in the air. And I mean, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. Even these first couple days.
And just to follow up, for anyone who wants to answer, do you think the teams aspect is where LIV Golf can separate itself from other tours around the world?
I'll keep going. 100%. I think golf's been an individual game for so long, and I think LIV is trying to add to the game by creating a sport around the game, and that's something where the team aspect is going to be a weekly, yearly contest. I think people will start to find their team, follow their players, and it's like any other sport where a lot of the interest is driven by rivalries. It's driven by home courses or home countries or tournaments in their region. So I think it's definitely a differentiator.
And Cameron, just on that, do you think that that is enough to overcome the historical context that this tour may lack as a new tour?
Well, golf is a game rich in history, no question about it. And what we're doing here is not trying to get rid of the history in any way. We're trying to reach deeper into the corners and find new ways to bring people into the sport. And so I don't see us as being a detractor, but an additive piece to the world of golf. Yeah. And so yeah, I can't wait to see it continue to flourish and it play out in the coming years.
We'll see.
Great. I think Mike, you had a question, and we got to wrap.
Yeah, Anirban, Bryson seems very invested as captain. I'm just wondering how much you've been in touch with him about the whole team aspect so far, and then what do you think of the team, obviously, with Paul and CH3?
I'm extremely pleased to be on his team. Very excited to be, around guys with so much ability, so much experience. It'll be a good learning experience for me. Also, to what you alluded about Bryson, we had a pretty amazing team dinner yesterday. All the caddies, all the players went out, a couple of the agents were there, and we were just ideating, talking. And you're right, Bryson is very, very invested in his team. He wants to do some big things with the franchise. He has some really good ideas. He was talking to all of us about, what our ideas are, what we'd like to do, what I'd like to do in my region, what Paul would like to see happen. What are the things that, what are the, not changes, but what are the things that we would like to affect in our lifetimes? Everybody talks about legacy, legacy, legacy. There's an opportunity to have a legacy with a team franchise. It didn't exist, but it does now. Same thing happened with the IPL in India. It didn't exist 15 years ago. It does exist now. It's probably one of the most valued leagues in the world. So he's definitely interested. He gets it. He understands it. I think he enjoys the fact that he has more elbow room to do what he would like to do than before. And, if I can contribute both on and off the golf course, contribute to the Crushers, obviously playing good golf, that's the first objective. And then down the road in the long run, if I can be a part of bringing growth, bringing development in my region or any region, golf, I don't care. We've all benefited from golf, and we can give back in different ways. And I think Bryson sees the franchise and the team as a great opportunity or source to do that. So yeah, I'm all in. I'm on board with everything that all of us talked about, and it was actually fascinating and refreshing because a lot of us didn't think that way, never did, but now we can. And there's no limits to what you can do. It's just how far do you want to go? So it's exciting times. It's untread waters. So it'll be interesting to see how we chart our paths, but anything's possible.
Great. Thank you guys so much. If you could just stay for a quick photo, but welcome to LIV. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.